Hi everybody, I'm Sheree from the library, and in this edition of Sharing Stories, I want to talk about 10 of my favorite books from 2025. Chapter books, Inside the Park. So this is about a kid who goes to a baseball game with his mom. He is a crazy baseball fan, and some really weird things happen while they're there, and he gets left alone in the baseball stadium overnight. Now for some of you that might be a dream, but there's a couple of bad actors in the stadium and they are making trouble. This is the Snips. It's a group of kids who are not your average heroes. They are haircutting crime fighters. And this one is all about when Buzz and Boffo Buzzington are desperately finding a way to overthrow the Snips and restore their family's company to the top of the haircutting world. If you like a graphic novel, this is for you. This was one of the weirdest and coolest books I've read all year. This is Growing Home. It is about a fish and a plant who are left alone one afternoon and decide that they need to find a way to solve a very big problem. Now you would think that a fish in a bowl and a plant in a pot would have no way to make this work, but you'll be amazed at the incredible magical way they find to solve their problem. And speaking of solving, this is Casey's Cases. This is also going to be a series, so if you read one, you may want to keep going. And Casey is a very funny but very determined detective who finds a lot of weird things going on around her school and in her house. It's a fast read, and if you like to solve a mystery, you will find it a very funny and cool read. I also love a lot of picture books that I think are not right for littler kids, that really are meant for older kids. For instance, this is Catnap. You can see by the cover that there's an amazing cat, but there's also amazing art. And this cat finds its way through a lot of art in a museum, and when you get to the end and you read about how the author has recreated all these amazing art forms for the book, it was so cool. I also love Stalactite and Stalagmite. Those are the things, the cold ice that grows down and up in a cave, and they're coming closer and closer and closer together. So you learn a lot about caves and you learn a lot about the ice in there, but you also go on a crazy story. This is We Carry the Sun, and it is a mix of fiction and nonfiction because it is about the sun, but there's also a lot of cool stuff about early inventors who figured out that the sun could be used for energy, for solar energy, to power things, that each one of them would get a little piece of the idea, but not quite. And then another inventor would come along and figure out another piece of it. I learned so much from this book, and I thought it was amazing. This is the day the books disappeared. Now, this was a terrible day. This was a horrible day when the main character decided that he disliked reading so much that all the books should go away. And one by one, all the other kids started to lose their books, and finally he loses his. And when we figure out what's happening and what they're gonna do about it, very cool twist at the end. This is No More Chairs, and it is based on a true life experience of a teacher who, when he was a young man, he is white and his best friend was black, and when they went to a birthday party, they were told that there wasn't enough room for both of them. There were no more chairs. When the white boy grew up and became a teacher himself, he always kept an extra chair in his classroom and would tell his classes the story about how he wanted to be sure there was always room for everybody. Very cool, true story. So you read it as the book is telling you a fictional story, but you get to the end and you get to meet the real life people. Last but not least, this is The Invisible Parade. It is a gorgeous book about the Day of the Dead. And if you've seen Coco or you know anything about that day, you know that it is a very special day to remember those that have gone on before. But this main character, Calla, she is too sad about all the people in her family that are gone. And she has to find out how to remember them with love. Beautiful, incredible pictures, wonderful story, and it may really encourage you to read more and think about your own ancestors. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you guys come in and check out one of these or find the books that you love the best of this year. Come on into the library. We'll see you there. Bye.